Good morning, boys and girls. Let's put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me. All right, let's test it again. The Australian internet's holding up for now. It's good. It's good. I've upgraded to the fastest speed possible where I live. So all going well. We should be good to keep these streams going. And it's 13 kilobyte. Yeah, it's good. Looking good. 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me. And let's go. I'm looking at, obviously I missed, look at that. Look at this trade right here, right? Look at this setup, I should say. Previous day value low. That was perfect right off the value low. Missed that. It was like an hour ago. I was still waking up, man. It's 9:30 here in Australia. So just getting this day started, but that's a nice little almost bottom tick off the previous day value low. Right back up. So that was cool. As of right now, we're coming back to previous day's point of control, and the current session point of control is kind of there as well. So a little bit of a noisy level. So we'll see what happens around here. Looking at 8 p.m., which is when I like to get my trades around that time. So we got about half an hour till that. If I see something clean before then, I'll take it. But yeah, man, it's in a fair value spot right now. So I won't be jumping in right there. I want to wait for it to go to previous day value low again. Or see us break above will be nice. Cool, man. Yeah, been back. Daddy came back home. Daddy's home. When am I going to trade London? Probably never this year. Mike Onesian, what's up? What's up? Haven't seen you. Yes, haven't seen Cami Capital in a while. I've been traveling. I've been busy, man. And I'm back home. I'm back home. What indicator is that with the green bars? That is a volume profile indicator. Fixed range volume profile. Let me just get this poll in here. Let's get a poll. Let's get a poll. Let's get a poll. Have you traded today yet? Yes or no? Did I get a new camera or just looking more fresh? Just looking more fresh. No, I'm in a new room. Look, I'm downstairs in my lounge. Slightly better lighting here, so it gives a nicer look to the camera. Yes, back with the streams, right, Capital? Yes, if the internet holds up here, we'll keep these things going, Monday to Friday. I wanted to do that at the start of the year, but you guys know how that went. Almost burst a blood vessel having a rage at the Australian internet when we started this year. So it's holding up so well, so far, so good. So if we can keep this up, the streams will be daily. I'm going to keep the Asian session as the usual stream time. I don't do too well with early mornings, and I can't be bothered streaming late at night. It's all about how Cami Capital feels, you know what I mean? So this time's good for me, Asia time. We'll probably do a little bit earlier because I feel like a lot happens also at 7 p.m., around that 7 p.m. time. So from tomorrow, we'll probably start half an hour earlier. But other than that, this is a good time. Good time for me, good time for trades. A lot of people write off the Asian session, but it's really good, especially with volume profile. I've got a couple of things marked up here. We've got the S&P. The S&P has got the levels all on here as well. Let's just get the developing profiles. Got S&P, NASDAQ, and gold. I've been trading mostly NASDAQ this year, but I'm never opposed to switching around. I've traded for almost 8 years now, and you just get to know each product at a certain point. It's not like it's not a huge deal to switch around. Here's oil as well, crude oil. Been playing around in oil for a bit, so we'll keep these profiles up. Oil's got already having a clean reaction here. That's nice. Previous day's point of control. That was my trade. I'll probably going back to POC. That's pretty nice. Gold, what do we got on gold? Gold, same kind of thing. Previous day's point of control coming back down. That's kind of nice. Just one-to-ones, guys. I mean, that's what I do all the time. Asian session 1-to-1s. If there's a real good amount of movement in the session, I'll look at holding a bit longer. But when it's just like today, I mean, FOMC day today, we'll just take the nice base hits. On the ES, I don't like the way ES is reacting to the value levels today. Not very clean, so I will avoid that. Yeah, NASDAQ, gold, and oil look a lot nicer today. Nice little pump there from previous day point of control. Back to value high, now rotating back. So I want to see with NASDAQ, I want to see what happens on the 8 p.m. open. I want to see us maybe move away from these stacked point of controls. We got current point of control, previous day point of control. Ideal trade would have been down here at value low, but let's see if we can move back towards one of those extremes. The value high is quite far up, but if we can break above current point of control, break above, put in like a shelf of volume here, I may look at a little retest to keep pushing higher. But let's see, man. It's FOMC day today. We might just be stuck in a range. Long time no see, long time no see. Have you rolled to the June contract in TradingView? Yes, I use the continuous contract on TradingView. I just started your course. If I'm not making 20K a month by end of year, I'm suing you. You know what? Fair enough. Good luck. Should get Starlink if it's not working. Yeah, man. I mean, it's working so far. Why am I struggling with that sentence today? So far, so good. It's working so far, so good. How many prop firms do you trade and how many accounts? Take Profit Trader, Lucid, Apex. I have 5 with Lucid. With Take Profit Trader, I have 5. With Apex, I have now like 3. But Apex is good now, man. We got Apex end of day accounts, so I'm going to replace my intraday accounts with end of day. Would you consider using a footprint chart? Yeah, I like footprint charts. It was part of my journey, but I don't use them anymore. I keep it real simple, man. My philosophy on trading is just, for me, the less the better. So I try not to overcomplicate things. I mean, footprint chart is not overcomplicating for a lot of people, but for me, I like to keep it real dead simple. And the way I view it is, no matter how much information I have, I still don't know what's going to happen next. So I'll just take a small edge, make educated bets, manage my risk, and that's it, man. I try not to go too deep anymore. Just that's what works for me. One thing, if you're trading micros, do you recommend using volume profile levels from micros or minis? I recommend using micro contract levels. Different participants. Do I mark these manually? Yes. Do I ever fade the edges on balance range days? Yes. Still no trading metals on Apex? I don't think so. That should change soon. I mean, the metals have really quietened down now. Let's have a look at the range on metals. What's that? Yeah, the range on metals is back to how it used to be, super quiet. I don't know, New York session, pretty quiet. So yeah, hopefully soon. I'm not sure. I haven't checked with Apex. I haven't been trading the metals too much, so I haven't checked. But someone more active with Apex should say, is metals allowed now, or are they still halted? Shouldn't be long, man. I mean, all that stuff's kind of settled down now in the markets, at least. Have I tried this method for crypto? Yes, works on crypto well. As long as you have some sort of centralized exchange, it works well. Do you get in whenever it touches a previous day level? Of course, not the stack POC levels. Yeah, Drizzy, depends on what I'm feeling for the trade. I mean, a lot of this is discretionary. So, say if we have that previous day value low down there, I like the extreme levels. So let me just take it back. I'll show you. I like the extreme levels. So that first tap, especially the first tap of a previous day level like this, I really like. I mean, we had the market had come down to previous day's point of control, tapped the previous day point of control, pushed up a bit, failed at its own developing point of control. So both fair value points here, weak reaction at support, then rejection at the current session point of control, drop down, low volume push to the downside. So on those nice low volume push, and on the first tap, especially in the Asian session, I like these just as a first tap entry. So yeah, man. I mean, we're coming around the second time now if it comes down. So let's see. Mr. Bradley, what's up? Yeah, big on not waiting for confirmation. Thank you, whoever answered that. Yeah, man, I don't really wait for confirmation on many things. I just look for levels where there's a few confluences or where I feel, comfortable enough to enter the trade. And I just enter on the level with no confirmation. Did you take the trade off the first tap? No, sir. Apex is now considering live traders. I'm glad to see they're finally changing their dinosaur mindset about it. Yes. Do I trade differently depending on how volatile price is moving? Yes. FN trades, yes. So I don't have a mathematical formula for it, but if I'm coming into the day and I'm looking at a range, so if we just measure, for example, I might look at the average swing from low to high and see how many points or ticks that is, and then just make sure that when I'm entering my trade, so say if we go from here to here, this low to high was about 20 points, just under 20 points, then I want to make sure when I enter my trade position, when I enter my trade position, I want to make sure that I have at least, I don't want to be coming in here. If the average swing from high to low was 20 points, I want to make sure I don't have like a 5-point stop, right? It's only a quarter of the average swing. So I want to make sure I got at least half of that. It's not very scientific, but I'm just eyeballing things. And then like say, for example, on gold, when we had that really crazy time on gold recently, I was measuring the high to low. And for example, it was like low to high, the average was like 500 ticks. So in those cases, you're looking and being, okay, I obviously can't get away with a 30 tick stop loss today. You know what I mean? So I'm just eyeballing it. No mathematical formula or method. All right, 15 minutes to 8 p.m. We're in Australia, a very top secret location. It looks like there's a 10 to 15 second delay from my chart to yours. Yes, the stream's delayed by 10 seconds. Wouldn't it be a C setup on the first tap? Yes, correct. I still look at C setups. So when people are struggling with volume profile, I say don't take C setup trades because otherwise you just take every tap of a level willy-nilly. But once you get a bit more experience and you kind of build the intuition and the feel for the market, you can start to take more C setups. I have nothing to say more than just purely based on feel. That's truly how I trade a lot of the time is my levels plus how I feel. And, people be like, that's not mechanical enough, bro. You got no rules. That's just gambling. And I say, sure. Yep. They call me a gambler. Cami Capital the gambler. I prefer to trade that way. Daily streams. Yes, Nikki, daily streams are back, my friend. The stream's holding up very well so far. Very happy with that. No lag so far. Very good. So yeah, if it holds up like this, then our Australia internet's officially good to go, and we will go Monday to Friday. I will make them a little bit earlier. Today, when the clock was ticking past 7 p.m. Eastern time, I was like, I could probably start this at 7 p.m. instead of waiting until 7:30. And then maybe we would have caught that trade on stream here. It was just before 7, but, might have still been in that. So, yeah, I mean, we'll definitely start earlier from tomorrow, 7 p.m. But, yeah, man, they're holding up. So let's go Monday to Friday, bring it back. Wanted to do that from the start of the year, was trade and stream daily again, but it was just, yeah, the Australian internet was so bad. So bad. Why don't I move to Bali? Just not a fan of Bali, man. I like my amenities in a first world country, but it's saying that I've never been to Bali before, so just my outside judgment. Bought your course and brought it straight to funded and been killing it. Thank you. Yes, Tap. Congrats, man. I mean, straight to funded's a good play, if you want to start earning and learning at the same time. 100% agree with that. And congrats on the success, my friend. Bali is mine, no naughty boys allowed. What's up, Brad? Yeah, no worries, Nikki. Let's turn that around, man. Let's have some good streams. I mean, the Asian session's really good for the first tap, so we'll get some good trades on these streams for sure. Rockingham Rent the Roo. Yes. Hello, sir, from Perth. Where did you draw your Asian session developing volume profile from? 6 p.m. Pray now. Always 6 p.m. Well, I stream the London session, not at this stage. Do you do lives in your course just on YouTube? Just on YouTube. Course is a static course, so there's no... I'm going to close down new entries to the community because it's just me running the community. Well, now we have Mr. Brad helping to moderate, but yeah, there's a certain point when there's too much people and then I fall behind on being involved in there. So I don't want that to happen. Already kind of falling behind. So closing that off. But yeah, just watch the live streams, man. I mean, live streams you'll get plenty from the live streams for sure. Do you think your strategy will be affected once AI bots take over? Yeah, Moscow, I mean, most of us will be affected in some way. The good thing is trading, AI has been in trading since the 90s. So it will get better, obviously. The AI will get better. But the thing is, as long as the markets continue to move, right, and they're not totally 100% efficient, as long as the markets continue to move, there'll always be opportunity for day traders. And as long as the markets are always centralized, like how we have here with the CME, and we can see that centralized data, it'll still work the same. So we'll still be able to see that the good thing with volume is volume, although price action patterns and whatnot can change, volume never changes, right? The same principles apply. Value area lows, value area highs, no matter who's executing those trades, no matter where it's coming from, human or AI, point of control, fair value points, these things are all exactly the same, you can't hide volume. Volume can't be hidden. So unless it's moved away from a centralized exchange, it's one thing they can't change. So it's that, having a volume-based strategy plus being a discretionary trader is a good hedge against your strategy or your edge being eroded from AI. Snake on the beach, Valentino. Yes, snake on the beach. Why did I stop trading forex? I still trade forex. Dun, dun. Do I wait the first hour before taking trades? Sometimes, I mean, especially New York session, yes. Asia session, not so much. Asia session, the first tap of the levels sometimes are too good to pass up. Pie trades, thank you, man. How many prompts do I trade? 3. Lucid, Apex, TPT. Nah, no, you don't need bookmap. Kiwi Slim Shady, what's up? Yeah, correct. AWT. If you traded gold on FTMO or ZAL USD, you would still use GC1. Yes, correct. So I still trade forex, but I trade it more in a swing trading manner now than I used to. I think scalping on forex is too difficult. But yeah, I mark up all my volume levels on the futures chart and then execute on the FX chart. And you know that's more of a rare thing for me. I do trade. I do swing trade that more than day trade that. So compared to days in the past. Yoda, what's up from cold North Dakota? Thank you, my friend. What time is it in North Dakota? I bet it's, what is it? North Dakota, is that similar to EST? 6:53 p.m., not bad. Do I trade all prop accounts across all firms at once or one prop at once? One prop at once. The day AI can trade the market 100% effective, then we don't need to trade work or money anymore. Yeah. I mean, that's a utopia view of AI. I hope that's, well, no, yes and no. I don't. I mean, you know, there's ways that would be nice with AI. You know, people say if AI can do all the work, then we'll all just not have to work anymore and can focus on creative things and, you know, universal basic income. But I don't know, man. That's a nice view, but I don't know. I think capitalism's good, man. It's, you know what I mean. Capitalism and the competition to build things and being rewarded for it with money is nice. And I feel like universal basic income may be a bit too communist. But hey, man, what do I know? What do I know? Can you share your chart colors? I love them. Thank you, Dino. Yes, it's just black and white, man. Black and white. Yeah, black and white. We're still holding around this POC. I don't like to trade around 2 stacked POCs too much. You can see why. It just chops around. So yeah, 5 minutes till 8 p.m., which is the 9 a.m. Tokyo Open. So let's get that very, very soon. Normally should see a bit of an injection. I would like to see us push back towards value low. You know, maybe I buy that again. I missed this first one. But there's no harm. For me, I've not found any edge in, you know, first tap, second tap, third tap. I just keep trading the level till it breaks. So, yeah, if we come back down to value low, I might get a small contract in there. We'll see how violent we open. Let's have a look. 4 minutes to go. If the value low breaks, all right, the value low breaks, and then on the profile, we can see volume building below there, getting acceptance below that level, and then I'll look for a little break and retest like this. But again, it's FOMC, so I doubt we'll see any big breakaways. So yeah, I like the approach of playing a range for now. I highly doubt we break away, but you never know. Caleb, what's up, man? If there's a gap between mini and micro levels and I'm trading micros, which one would you recommend using? Both can provide value but can also be misleading. Yeah, dude, monkey. If I'm trading micros, I will only trade the micro levels, but I will have the E-mini levels on the chart just to be aware of where they are. But the reason I say that is because micro levels, and trading the micro contract, that's a separate set of participants. So it's not the same people executing the micro as the mini. The reason they move similarly is because they track the same underlying asset, but it's a different set of participants. So you want to see where value and where, point of control, where all these levels are being built on the micro contract by micro participants. Micro participants are more made up of retail than institutions. So, Kirky G, what's up, man? Yeah, it's so far so good. We've had no lag, nothing. So it's good. I think we beat the Wi-Fi. Hello, Bob. Yeah, I think we beat the Wi-Fi issue here. Hemi Hobo, what's up? Got your course, excellent. How do you know when there's a strong likelihood there will be a reversal at POC or at the value area high? So TC Capital, let me give away a little secret sauce here. Not so much for a reversal, but for a break. And, you can use the opposite of this to try and figure out a reversal. But if you have a level, say you have the value area low like this and price comes down to it, and then on the profile you see a node starting to build like this, right by the level, that's a good indication that it's going to break. And I use that analogy of like pressure being built up. Say this is a cardboard floor type thing. And, weights being put on that cardboard floor, pressure being put on, volumes building right against that support level. That's a good sign that you're probably going to see a breakaway and that you shouldn't fade the level. Or if you are trying to fade the level, that you should get out. And determining whether something's a good fade is just the opposite of that. If the price comes down, very little volume on the profile, and you get in and there's a quick, reaction and that volume doesn't stick around and build, then you're probably on side for the trade. So that's a good rule of thumb. It's not a foolproof thing that's always going to work, but that's what I look for breaks versus fades. Do I own the white Porsche? I did. I sold the white Porsche. I sold all my cars when I moved from New Zealand, but yes, I did own the white Porsche. To bring my Porsche over to Australia, because Australia has luxury car import tax when you try to import your cars. So all my cars were going to be hit with luxury import car tax. 3 cars. So I sold them all because overall it was going to cost me about $160,000 in tax to bring them from NZ to Australia. And they're just not worth it. Oh, we've been booted. There we are, back in. Yeah, so just not worth it. Not worth it at all. So I sold everything and I bought new cars over here. So, yeah. Okay. Boom. Let's go. We're on the open now, 8 p.m. Let's see what we get here. I want to see us push down towards these extremes. Just watching the DOM here. Got the DOM open on the side. So 991 is the value low. Man, great that Tradeovate has a manual lockout button now. Cool. Bookmap propaganda on Instagram. Is it necessary or is it too much information? It's definitely not necessary. Wow, look at this open. Bookmap is not necessary. It's a good tool. It can be a good tool, but for most people, it's going to be too confusing unless you know what you're looking for. I use Bookmap for absorption, to watch for absorption and trapped buyers and sellers, but not all the time. Like right now, I'm on my laptop, so I have no Bookmap open. But if I'm on my desktop, I normally have it open. Do you know Daniel Holmes? Yes. Daniel Holmes is a very handsome Australian trader. Yes. Do you ever look at VWAP? Not anymore. Thank you, Dino. Lucid accounts. Yes, Lucid accounts. 150K. Clayton, what's up, man? Wow, long time no see. Thanks, man. So in terms of trading here, guys, still not anything I can take yet, right? We've just been hugging this POC. Nice strong reaction from the open, but no setup yet. Let's have a look at the other instruments here. We got ES, probably doing the same thing. Yep, pushed up. ES is now at the previous day value low. That's pretty good. You got the value high of the current session. Gold. That gold chart looks pretty ugly, but there it is. And oil. Yeah, oil had that nice reaction from previous day point of control. Clean tap, boom, drop down. So that's cool. But yeah, wait on the NQ. Let's see what happens with this. ES, that is a B setup right there. That is a B rank setup from the value low, pushing up the underside, value high of the developing session, value low. That range is a bit small. I mean, if you were trying to short that, my target would be point of control. It's only 3 points, so not too interested in that. Look, I'll wait on the NQ here. If we see a nice meaningful break away back into above previous day point of control, if we see a nice break above here, and then on the profile, put in a nice shelf, you know, on the profile, I'll look for a retest of that up towards value highs. So let's wait on that. Still early. You're on Pro now. Yes. Caleb, wow. As in TBT Pro, nice. Not Lucid Flex, Lucid straight to funded. If you followed my weekly episodes a couple weeks ago, I blew the Lucid Flexes. I doubled down on a bad position and blew them. So I was like, man, I'm not doing an eval again. So I just bought instant funded. So Sinner, what's up, man? Been a long time, too tired to watch. See you later. Yes, thank you for popping in. Today sucks to trade. FOMC will be around 25 all day. Yeah, FOMC day is normally pretty tight. There's a way to trade it and just trade the range, so not too bad. But yeah, FOMC day is pretty not the best day. Do I like Tradeify? Tradeify is all right. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but they're still decent. Nothing wrong with them. I'm not. I don't know why. Just don't like them. Not necessarily a fan of them, I should say. But there's nothing wrong with them. I don't know what it is. Duvan, what's up, man? Denver, Colorado. Nice. I'm watching a show right now from Colorado. What's it? Patience, Colorado. Colorado looks beautiful. Got two 150K TPT Pro accounts. Thoughts was to trade one aggressively and one conservatively. What are your thoughts? Yeah, man. Same kind of thing. That's what I like to do. I have different accounts for different purposes. Holy shit, look at gold. Look at gold just pumping up all of a sudden. Check oil not moving, gold pumped, ES kind of pumping. Everything's pumping. But yeah, I like the approach of using different accounts for different reasons. When I was trading with Top Step, I was doing the same thing. I had one XFA that was like my hardcore full port aggressive funded account, and then my other accounts. I had 3 other accounts which were conservative, and I like that. I like that approach. Did the same with TPT for a while. As per Flight of the Conchords, do you find the Australian accent evil? Yes, very, very evil. Although my wife has the Australian accent, so, you know. Have you checked out the new Project X like TradeC platform in Lucid? Yes, pretty decent. Oh yeah, pray now, Lucid Flex. Lucid Flex, the 50K account, and then use the Cam Cap discount code, and it drops down to like $78, I believe. You like that answer, ABB? I like that answer too. What is your most traded instrument? You mean in the last 8 years? In the last 8 years, ES. Hello from Tahiti. What's up? Quick question, please. Are you trading Asia session? Why don't you use USD JPY? Oh, that's forex, my Tahitian friend. That's for forex. I'm trading futures right now, so that's why. But USD JPY is good on the Asian session for sure. How long will I be sitting at the charts for? 2 hours. Normally 2 hours I sit around. 2 hours in queue pumping nicely. Let's watch this. Yeah, if this builds a nice shelf up above here, if we get a nice shelf on the profile, I will absolutely look to trade that. ES doing a similar thing, just a bit weaker. Gold just pushing up big time. Man, even that, guys, you know, we talk about the overnight levels. Sorry, the previous day levels on the overnight session. Even that, previous day value low, getting in on that. Look at that. Max Jordan down of 2 points. Max Jordan had 2 points and just targeting previous day point of control. 9 points, 90 ticks, or, you know, if you catch a monster move like this and you trail your stop. The overnight levels, overnight session, catching the previous day levels off the overnight session it's amazing first taps. Amazing. And then same with NQ, obviously. You know, that one was 0 drawdown, tapping the previous day value low. You don't always just want to take the trade right off the value level itself. Not always. But if you got low enough risk, like if you're going in and you have, you know, it's the first tap, it's the overnight session, and you're like, okay, I'm happy to risk 20 ticks. 20 ticks, one contract, $200, and just see where that goes. Even if you just targeted previous day point of control, it's 54 ticks, you know, $200 to $200 to make 540. You know, of course it can go against you, but just showing you how clean these levels are, especially overnight. That's why I love the overnight session. People write off the overnight session all the time, but man, the reactions are so clean in the overnight session, and you can make up for the smaller range just with slightly bigger size, and you can be done before everyone even wakes up. And I like that. Nice, Thomas. Got my first payout since last year, August. All from your teachings on YouTube. Awesome, man. Congrats. Congrats. What can you say about the World War III related on trading? Benjamin, you know, man, I have no idea, dude. I ignore all the news. I ignore all the news and just trade the charts, and I try to keep my brain all clean from all the fear mongering online. I mean, if World War III could start and I would have no idea, you know? Just get a letter in the mail. You were drafted. Cami Capital, you've been drafted. And I'll say, oh, I have flat feet. Man, seriously, if there was a draft, I honestly don't see much people signing up. Well, no, not signing up. You have to go, but I don't see people really getting behind that this time, you know? Who wants to fight for the government? I think the only time I would sign up or, willingly go to and be drafted was if my country is being actively invaded. And, people are out here getting just. Why does my volume profile look so different to yours? Here's the settings. Default settings on TradingView look really shit. So there's the settings for fixed range volume profile. Number of rows. Row size 1,000. Up, down. Value area 70. And then style, I just change all the colors to one color so it doesn't look blue and yellow. And then I have the 3 levels ticked here. Actually, your country is being invaded right now. Yes. Gold creating a small shelf. Let's see. Yeah, gold is putting in a shelf there. Same kind of thing. Let's see if we get that at NQ. NQ is just pumping up for the time being. You might be in for a little cheeky fade off the value high. That might be, I might look at that. Teaching the boys about the valley area low fade with a D-shaped profile in the trenches. Yes, sir. Nice. Past the 3 lucid 50Ks with that pump. Nice. Hey, you stop marking your overnight values? No, just some more. The overnight values are more important for the New York Open. As you go into the next overnight session, they can be less important. Really important on the New York Open, but like if we pull up the NASDAQ ones now, let's go boom to boom. Oops. Yeah, I find them less important. But yeah, on the New York Open, very important. Very, very important. Pepto-Bismol. This is called a prebiotic soda. Bloom. Pepto-Bismol. Doe John, what's up? No trades yet. Shelf formation on a move up equals support, correct? Yeah, AWT media. I agree. If you keep on multiple previous day levels, yeah, it's actually crazy how long away from those levels that the market still reacts to them. One thing I learned from one of my main mentors, Gary Norton, was that the older the data, the less reliable it is. So I've kind of kept that as a philosophy of mine too, because it made sense the way he explained it. But at the same time, when I've left these levels on the chart, say if I leave these previous day levels on the charts, excuse me, and then, come back to it a few days later, it's crazy to still see good reactions from the levels. So there's something to that. You're very famous on an ICT Discord. One person recruiting people to volume profile myself too, and it's been a W. That's awesome. Srini Sankaran, awesome, man. Good luck. Do you have any books related to markets you recommend reading? I like Markets and Profile by Jim Dalton. If you're trading between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. NASDAQ and forex, what is the time period you will use for the overnight session? The 6 p.m. to 9:30. Will I take that short? Potentially, yes. Might take a little quick short from that. We're putting in a bit of a shelf here. We're building some volume across this point. Yeah, like I said, the first tap overnight session, I like to take the first tap sometimes, just lower risk because it's only a single confluence. But yeah, I might take that. Maybe 15 for 15 if it reaches there. Yeah, Andrew, welcome from Dominican Republic. Awesome. Awesome. Cammy running the VP Underground Railroad. Yeah. Just finished Atomic Habits. Great book. Nice. Open a Discord server for volume profile traders. I hate Discord servers so much, man. I've had one before, and I've been in many before, and I just find them so distracting, and it's hard to deliver good value in there because there's so much going on that you can't like save valuable posts, and I'm not a fan, but I know people enjoy them. But yeah, I like the kind of more static format of a school group. It's like an old school forum. I'm a bit of a boomer in that sense. I love the early 2010s. Remember we had forums? Love forums. Like bodybuilding forum, the MISC forum. First time on the live trade with you. Also grabbed the course. Excellent content. Nice, Koa. When you are trading the Asian session, do you only have previous day volume profile and developing volume profile and not overnight? Yes, correct. Overnight session can be good to have on there as a reference from the previous overnight. But in my opinion, the overnight session levels are most important on the New York Open because it's reacting, it's the most recent auction before the New York session. So you get really good levels and off the overnight session for New York Open. But by the time you're into the next overnight session, it's good to have them on there, but I don't give them too much weight. Yeah, KB, what's up from Montreal? I'm starting these again. I mean, the stream has been good. So I was meant to stream every day this year, starting in January, but my Australian internet's been so bad. I just moved to Australia, and Australia's got some of the worst internet that I've ever had. So streams were not working, but I've upgraded everything. I'm downstairs now, closer to my router, and we seem to be doing good. So yeah, Monday to Friday. Brad, early 2010s, I was 19 years old, so I can't say I was too into forums. Yeah. I mean, I think my generation is starting to very much show our age, because man, I miss forums. I miss forums, old school YouTube. I miss having no social media, no iPhone. Lego? How about Lego? I played with Lego not that I play with Lego. I mean, I still collect Legos, Good journaling platforms. Yes, I've started using TradeZella for my journaling. What will be the stream timing schedule? 7 p.m. Eastern time. It was 7:30 p.m., but I think that's a bit too late. We'll do 7 p.m. because, man, there's some good moves right off 7 p.m. as well that I missed. So we'll do 7 p.m. MySpace. Yeah, MySpace was great. 2010, I was 4. Oh, my goodness. MSN Messenger. Yeah, man. How's Australian internet so bad? I thought these Asian countries have super high speed. Look at China and Korea. Yeah, Pi. I mean, I'm shocked too. I think it's just where I lived. In Gold Coast here, we have or at least where I live, I don't have fiber connection. They still have broadband. So I'm on broadband right now, not fiber. There's no fiber. Have kids, you get to play with Legos and blame it on them. Yeah. ADR trades, hola. Took your advice, took Lucid Flex with your coupon code and going slow now. Blew so many before. Yeah. Yeah, man, take it slow. Big Mo, thanks for that, man. Appreciate that. Do I trade gold? Yes. D Smith, thanks, man. Yes, streams are back. Hopefully we get a trade today. Come to Canada, internet's good here. I do like Canada. Some places in Adelaide finally got fiber, yeah. Man, I was going to move to Adelaide, but last minute changed my mind for Gold Coast. Yeah. Techstar, what's up, man? Geography, Australia is huge. It costs money to get that fiber to you. Yeah, Australia is huge. I know, Emmanuel, you in Gold Coast as well, yeah. 5G is way better. Am I Aussie or Kiwi? Kiwi. Kiwi living in Australia. I invaded Australia. Don't come to Canada. Yeah. Yeah, chopped in taxes. Yeah, real chopped in taxes. 47%. Let's check the other things now. This is going a bit slow. S&P, previous day point of control on the S&P. Okay. Gold coming back down. Gold put in a shelf and failed. Back down to POC, previous day point of control. Interesting. I don't know, man. I like to play the extreme, so I'll see if I'll wait for Nasdaq to come up to here, 25065. See if we can push up to this point, and I'll go low risk and fade the value high. If it breaks through, I'll take a retest on the other side, cut the trade, and take a retest. Let's see. Let's see if we can push. Oh, Jonathan Stonks, thanks, man. Ever heard of remote viewing? Yes. Hey, man, don't get me started on conspiracy theories. Well, I know that one. That's not a conspiracy theory. That was official documentation. Very, very interesting to me. Very interesting. Why did I leave Topstep? Weren't they my first love? Yes, they were. And even after my fallout with Topstep, I still thought they were the best, but they've made some shit decisions lately. I no longer think they're the best. I didn't leave Topstep. Topstep cut their relationship with all affiliates, which was fine with me. I like, yeah, sure, business is business, but basically the way it happened was they said, hey, Cami, we're changing our partnership structure. We'd still love to keep you on since you're one of our top affiliates. Please submit a document, proposing your terms, what you'd like to see with our partnership moving forward. And so I could sign, because Topstep was still number one. I was like, of course, I'll go with Topstep still. So we got a proposal sent up, sent it through to them, and they said, cool, we will let you know within a week whether we've accepted this or not, because the partnership program's changing by, I think it was end of March or something. And I was like, cool, no problem, sent it through, waited patiently, and then followed up saying, hey, no response yet. They're like, yeah, we're still looking through it. We'll get back to you in a couple of days. A couple of days pass, a week passes, I send another follow-up. Where's the response? I need to know, because my YouTube channel is a business as well. You know, if Top Step's cutting this, I got to go build partnerships with other companies. You know, can you let me know? Like, yeah, we'll let you know in a couple of days. Another week or two passes. I follow up again, nothing. And then they let me know the day after the deadline. They said, sorry, we're no longer going to work with you. Thanks for everything. Good luck and all the best. What the shit? So yeah, just the way after, and believe me, boys and girls, I made them millions of dollars because I also made millions of dollars from that partnership. And yeah, just the way, just like no correspondence, no phone calls, no chatting, no negotiating, but they kept on these F-grade influences instead. It's like, oh, well, whatever then, man. Yeah, just no communication, and it was just poor business practice, man. So I got salty about that, but they were still number one. Their product's been number one for a long time, but lately they have not been so good. Now you got Lucid. Lucid's probably the closest to old school Top Step, and that's really good. Old school Top Step was best of the best, so Lucid's kind of doing their own thing there. And Lucid, I think Lucid's probably the best offering or Top Step alternative. If you're someone who is no longer a fan of Top Step, Lucid's your next best bet. Take profit trade is really good. It can be difficult for new traders with the intraday drawdown once you get to funded. So that's a pain. But other than that, they are the best for more experienced traders who want to scale and make a lot of money. Take profit trader is the money maker. And then Apex with their previous rule set, not so great, right? Intraday trailing drawdown, very difficult, a lot of hidden rules, but then, you know, their new offering now at the end of the day and then the clear rules, they really stepped up. So the competition's really good at the moment. It's kind of good that Top Step fell the way it did because now it's opened up like really good competition for everyone else. Really good competition. And competition's good for the consumer, for sure. Are you a fake? Also, everyone is getting exposed this year. No, I'm not a fake, but I will always admit that being a trading influencer most months pays more than trading. I do make a sizable income from trading, but most months the trading influencer business earns more than that. It's just the nature of the business. I mean, the way I explain it to people is for trading, end of the day, you're still trading your time for money with trading. So you got to sit down, actively take a trade to make money. When you have a digital business and an audience, that's running 24/7, whether I'm working or not. So it just compounds. But this year I've had some months where where my trading only 2 months, out earned my influencer income. So yeah, I'll always be honest about that. I say to people, if you want to make a lot of money, build an audience under a personal brand. Doesn't have to be a trading brand, but yeah, build a personal brand and still trade as well. I mean, trading is one of those things that you can scale up over time and make a lot of money, but I view trading like going to the poker table and playing professional poker. You know, it's still gambling, but it's controlled gambling. And if you manage your risk well and, you know, learn probabilities, and yeah, you can play out an edge. You can absolutely make a living or make good money from it. But I like to have more than one income source, you know. It's just smart business. Have I ever automated my strategy? No. Not automated my strategy. I have no idea how to do that. And also, I trade very discretionary, so I wouldn't want to automate every single level. Yeah, I trade very discretionary, very discretionary. So, you know, I got my levels, I got what I'm looking for, but then sometimes something inside me will just say, no, don't take that trade, so I won't. Or something will say to me, size in on this C grade trade where there's only one confluence, so I'll size in. So I don't think I could automate that. This is putting in a shelf across here. It's not really being able to push above it, which is interesting. I wanted to see on ES. Yeah. ES was... Why does it look like this hasn't moved? ES has been holding against this previous day point of control. Did the same thing. Obviously less volume on the ES, but putting in that shelf here. Failed, came back, retest, boom. That's a reinforced break and retest, a trade setup I like. I'm not in the mood for trading ES because it's just too small, man. I mean, look at the volume, very small volume, and the range of this is tiny at the moment. So not feeling that. But yeah, that's your break and retest of a reinforced levels. That's a good setup there. NASDAQ, we're away from the levels, but it's put in a shelf and it's failing off the shelf. I wanted to fade the value high extreme. So I'm still waiting to see if we can push above past there. No Skyline, no Holden, not a real Kiwi yet. That's iconic. I'd say Holden's more of an iconic Australian car, though. The Kiwi car will be like maybe a Ford. I think Kiwi's like Ford Falcon. GP, wow, passed the 50K Apex account you won in the giveaway last November. Eligible for a payout. Yes, sir. Yeah, CD trades, good question. So if we do get up to the shelf, get past the shelf and up to the value high, yes, I will still fade there. But when there's a shelf like this, it's just like trading level to level. When we push up, hit this point, if I fade that and it gets a reaction, you just want to be out of that trade by the time it hits the shelf again. So it's just like trading level to level, value level to value level. This is trading value level to volume shelf. So yeah. Nice, Dino. Good luck, man, and appreciate that. Appreciate the support. You ever heard of $1 Million Bogan, an Aussie motorcyclist who rode from Washington through Canada and has ridden? No, I haven't. Which one is easier to trade on Lucid? Connect via Tradeovate or try to learn Ninja? Sonko, Tradeovate's really easy, and Tradeovate, you can, like I've got here. So I'm trading off of Tradeovate now. So you'll see if I get a trade today, I'll be executing on Tradeovate. So you'll see the position just show up on this chart because I'm executing on the Tradeovate DOM, right? But, if you want to keep it even more simple, like I am here, where's my screen? Like I am here, see, I'm just signed in. No, wrong one. Where's my screen? There it is. I'm just signed in. See that at the bottom? Tradeovate. Just signed in here as well. So you can trade off of TradingView with a Tradeovate login, and most people find that easy enough. I like to use a DOM just because that's what I'm used to, right? What's tax like compared to in New Zealand? Very bad, Big John. In New Zealand, I was paying 39%, but here I'm paying 47%. But hey, man, it's I've tried to avoid tax as much as possible in the past, but it's just not possible unless you want to move to Dubai or something. I don't want to do that. So yeah, it's just the price you pay to live in a first world country with free healthcare and nice roads. Yeah, I don't mind paying it here in Australia because Australia's like the infrastructure here is great. Everything's clean. At least where I live, it's all clean. The healthcare thing's good. I mean, it was the same in New Zealand. It's just the tax you pay to live in a country like this. It sucks ass. Of course, I wish it was less, but yeah. Hey, dude, yeah, it's the thing. I don't want to go Puerto Rico, Thailand, Dubai. I like my countries down here, man. I like Australia, New Zealand. And yeah. Do I recommend Gary Norton's course? Nah, Jasper, it's it's overpriced in my opinion. It's like I think it cost me $6,000 Gary Norton's course. It's different. It's a different way of trading. It did help me get to where I am now in terms of learning some things about order flow, but I don't think it was worth $6,000. Can you trade all funded accounts in the same time on TradingView? No, you have to use Tradeovate. Why not look for a push from that small shelf to the developing VAH? Also new to the style of trading. Yeah, that's a valid trade, MGC Quan. Valid trade. The only reason so far is because we're just holding below the shelf, right? We haven't pushed above yet. Some people like to take that as like fading the edge of a node, right? Just not a trade I feel like taking. Like I said, it's very discretionary. So it's a valid trade, but I'd rather fade the top and come back down to retest. $6K course is devious. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It very much surprises me how much people pay for courses. I think courses are helpful, but I think at a certain point it's just ridiculous. Like maybe I would pay 6K. I'd pay, 4 figures for a course that gave me a real tangible result at the end. But the thing with trading, and this is with everyone's course, including mine, the thing with trading is you can teach someone a system, but it's not going to make them profitable per se. It can be a good starting point, but trading is so individual, and so there's so many other factors at play than just strategy that sometimes it's like charging high 4 figures just doesn't feel good, man. Yeah, Shane, if there's a way I could do it without actually living over there, man, I would do it. Pay 20% business taxes in LLC, but then it becomes complicated paying yourself. Yeah, agreed. I've tried I was looking into the LLC thing, but the thing is you have to pay yourself a fixed salary, and then if you want more money, you have to disperse your funds via it's like I can't remember the exact term. Some business guy will know this better, but via shares or dividends or profit distribution, something like that. And problem is, man, I like to spend money as well. So I don't like to have a fixed salary every month. Every month requires a different amount of money. So it didn't work for me. So I just pay the 47% and that's it. PJ, I don't know PJ. Yes, Yandra, absolutely you can with only the YouTube content. Absolutely. How long have I actually been profitable? So this is year 8, 4 years. I got my first payout 4 years ago with ICT concepts. And I've been doing the order flow and volume profile thing for 2 years now, just over 2 years. But I've been trading for 8 years. So I lost money for the first 4 years big time. Yeah, Frank Dividends, that's the one. What does my hand tattoo mean? Yeah, it's an angel. I'm getting this one removed though. It's a shit job. Yeah, it was spur of the moment too. I mean, this is the only tattoo on my body I'm like, shit, man. What was I doing? I have a much better winged angel tattoo on my forearm. Right there, much, much better, right? But yeah, I don't know why I went and did another one on my hand. Looks like a freaking blade. What platform do you use order flow level 2 data with? Tradeovate. Man, I hope we get a trade today, man. This is a lot of waiting, eh? A lot of waiting. ES, little reaction from the PDPOC. It's kind of building up across here. Gold. Melted back down to POC. Oil. Yeah, oil was nice. Oil was a nice drop back down to value low. Oil was kind of nice. Kind of like that. Hey, man, I do kind of like that. Let's just have a look. Maybe a 50 and a 50, perhaps. Could be interesting. Kind of like that. It's not bad. 50 ticks. Yeah, 50 ticks. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a little. We got previous day value low, developing value low. Let's see how that goes. I will keep that open there. I've got a 50 tick stop on that, so pretty small risk for this account. I'll leave that one open, and we'll still watch NASDAQ because if we can get up to previous day value high, I'll also take that trade. So let's keep an eye on both of those. So in on oil at the value low. I might add one more to that at some point. If it starts to show signs of picking back up down here. And then for NQ, still waiting on that to push up. So two trade ideas at play here. In on oil, NQ waiting on a push up. I'm going to watch NQ here on the screen. I'll keep oil open on Tradeovate here. Let's go. Get volume profile tattooed on your forehead, yes. Looks like a Nazi. Yeah, it's a bit of a sus tattoo, man. Let me just get my Tradeovate open. There we go. So watching that oil, cool. Oh shit. Signed out of my Tradeovate. 1 second, please. Boom, there we are. Back into Tradeovate. Cool, yeah. So one on oil. All right, that's there. Oh, already coming down a bit, but not too bad. One in an oil there, only a 50 ticks either side. It's a pretty small trade. I wanted to see if that bought up around previous day value low. We're at the developing value low, coming in pretty deep down here. So we'll see how that goes. Other trades in queue, not quite hit yet. So I want to wait to see if that comes up to value high. A couple of low risk. My max risk on this account, $1,000 in a day, max risk. So if there's oil ones coming through pretty hot right now. Just, oh, look at that. Holy shit, man. How's that? Cut the oil trade. Don't worry about that. Let's go back to NASDAQ. That was a real quick meltdown. That was not nice. So let's just focus back on NASDAQ now. So, of course, that was funny. There you go. So that one was a stop out. 50 ticks stop on that. 50 ticks stopped out. Okay. Now we're moving. Okay, pay attention again. Pay attention. That was so funny. We're moving. I'm not in the NQ yet. Something's going on, guys. Something news related for sure. That was not a usual thing. Okay, one second. Time to lock in. Hold on a second. Time to lock in. This is moving. Something's moving. ES also pushing up. News candle. Has to be right. Okay, just watching the DOM, guys. Watching the DOM. Leave me to lock in. One second. That was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I cannot believe that. All right. And one contract. Buy stop. There we are. Cool. Still sticking with my original trade idea here. There was some sort of spike there. I don't have my news feed open, so I don't know what that was. But Joys of trading Asia, man. So same thing. Still want to take that same trade idea. Haven't changed that. We had a push up to value high. It's going to take a little fade back towards this shelf. See if I can get in on that. Stop loss is the same thing, just under $500. Very small trade. It's only a C rank trade, meaning only one confluence. So yeah, small risk. Small risk. I have about $6,000 worth of drawdown on this, so I'm risking $1,000 in a day max. That was crazy. Yeah, John Wick. Iran power plant got hit. Okay. Someone discovered land on their property. Oh, that was so funny. Singapore, low tax and pretty safe. Yeah, I like Singapore. I do like Singapore, but I like Australia and New Zealand better. So, I mean, like I said, man, with the tax, I just accept it as a part of life. Hey, I mean, I did look into all that stuff to reduce, but, you know, having to live somewhere I don't necessarily want to be to save, a few $100,000 is not really worth the trade-off to me, man. Not really worth it. Why did you let oil do that? I don't know, man. I don't know. Oil shafted me on that. And get up my news feed as well, just in case. Can't see much now. Let me get my news here. Let's have a look. News. Pentagon. Bab El Mandeb Strait closed. No, this is all kind of far away. Yeah, just a random spike. Random spike. That was hilarious. Full port FOMC tomorrow. I'll tell you what, there is one news event that I do like to full port. Well, not full port, but I like to go pretty aggressive on, and that's PPI. I love PPI. PPI and the volume profile levels are best friends, not financial advice. Not financial advice. Yeah, that's one I do like. Just getting up all my news. Probably good to have the news feeds open for this current time in history. Yeah, I can't see anything crazy right now, man. Some Australian news. Nothing that would shift oil, anything crazy. Someone asked what news feed. I just use Bloomberg. Is PPI always a buy? I don't know about that, but one of my biggest trades I took was on PPI. It was on one of my take profit trader accounts. And it was a 12K trade in one go, just bam, bam, in and out real quick. And 0 drawdown. It was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Can we get the volume profile in previous day like you have on your chart? It's just a fixed range volume profile, FRVP, and then I extend those levels out using a horizontal ray. So it's nothing, it's not an indicator per se. I hand draw those lines, and then the volume profile is the standard FRVP, just with different settings. Oh, yes, don't trade to get out of debt. Good advice. Don't trade to get out of debt. Great advice. Yeah, trading's a tough thing to do, man. If you want to use it to get out of debt, I mean, you can, you know, slowly, if you're stacking payouts and whatnot, put some of your payout money towards debt. But yeah, it's not like it can seriously put you into more debt if you're not careful. So I'd always just be very, very careful when it comes to being in debt and trying to use trading to get out of it. It definitely can be done, right? Just got to be careful of your expenses because, man, it's the prop firm fees can rack up fast. If you're using your own money, like I did back when I started, that racks up quick too. I always tell the story of my wife's credit cards. She believed in me so much in the early days, and I shelled out because back then I bought the FTMO challenges with credit cards, and I bought, I think they were like $1,000 NZ at the time per eval, and I emptied the whole $6,000, and at the time we could not afford that. So yeah, it's a dangerous game. Dangerous game. Can you trade PPI with TPT? Yes. It's not recommended, but you can. PPI, CPI you cannot trade. FOMC you cannot trade. But PPI is one of those ones you can. It's like it doesn't say you cannot. It's not a prohibited event. I'll get out the same way I got in. Shit, man. Those levels are for the whole day or the previous Asia session. The levels that I use are from the previous New York session. So it's the most recent closed session of New York, which is just technically today, right? If right now is 8:55 p.m. Eastern time, the previous day levels are from 9:30 to 4 p.m. same day. So I carry those all the way through to the next day, to the close of the next day, 4 p.m. close of the next day. But if you're trading New York open, you want to have the overnight levels on there as well. Do you actually make enough money to do this as a full-time job? Yeah, it's crispy. Like I said, I do, but I earn more from being the trading influencer, and I'll always be straight up about that. But I do make what you would classify as a full-time income from trading, as in it's over $100,000 a year. But you know, when the influencer business is doing 7 figures a year, yeah. So I do both, but that's why I'm always telling people, right? Yes, it can be done. You can make a full-time income from trading. It's realistic. Well, it's hard. But I will not ever sell you the dream and say it's all I do, because I do more than that. And I also have another business that is not trading related. But I do really love trading itself. And it's nice to, you know, in the past I would have dreamed to have this sort of income from trading. And now it's just like spending money. What other businesses do you operate outside of trading? OnlyFans model. But yeah, man, I always will have as many income sources as possible. Always. Trading profits will always be inconsistent, so it should never be 100% relied on. Yes, correct. Like I say, it can absolutely be done full time and you can make a lot of money from it, absolutely. But yeah, it is going to be inconsistent. Just the nature of the game. I mean, look, look at things that happen like that oil trader just took before. Good setup. Good setup, but the one candle said, goodbye $500, and you just can't account for stuff like this. You can have all the good technical setups in the world, everything looks perfect. You enter a trade and the candle or the market just says, nope, blast it out. We never know what's going to happen next. So yeah, just by its nature, it can be tough to keep it consistent, but you can definitely make good income from it. Earn while you sleep, best rule, yes. Oh, if crazy, is that why you died? Yeah. Yeah, man, of course. This is really pumping here, guys. Stop loss is staying there at 96 ticks, just under 25 points. Keeping the risk real low on this because it's just a C rank setup, right? It's only a single confluence. It's the best I could get tonight so far. The trade I wish I could have taken tonight was the C rank down below, previous day value low. Obviously, just a bit late to catch that. That was a perfect C rank trade. Might still be good up here, but yeah, it's showing acceptance above the previous day value high now. Right, we're getting that volume building above. Acceptance is building above. The value is building above. So, if it comes back down to my entry point, might be a good exit to get out close to break even. Because yeah, it's accepting above the value high, which generally means it's going to keep going higher. Now, gold is good. You can get it from the vids as well. The course just puts everything into step by step, structured learning. But go through my playlist, go through the live sessions and all that, and you can piece it together. If money's a bit, update vid on the scalp. Yeah, man, Micronesian. It's I had that hair transplant. My hairline is good now, but I'm still thinning behind, and I'm on TRT now, so that also doesn't help keeping your hair very long. So. Yeah, crypto server on how to become an affiliate. These days, most prop firms, their affiliate guidelines are, you need to apply for the affiliate program, and they'll kind of look through your following and look through your content, see if it matches with their brand. Gone are the days where anyone could sign up. So yeah, the best thing to do is just, if you want to do this, start a channel. Be honest with your content. Don't be hypey and clickbaity and like selling false dreams. Be honest with your content. Put out valuable content. If you've got something valuable to share that you think might be helpful to other traders, share the valuable things. Just try and be as genuine and add as much value as possible. And that's honestly the best way to get approved into an affiliate program. Generally, they want you to have at least 1,000 followers on the platform that you choose as your influencer platform. So you do need to build an audience a bit before you get accepted generally. And then yeah, from there, that's all you need, man. Just be honest, give value, and have at least 1,000 followers, and then you can apply and most likely get accepted. Al West, this is a C rank trade, single confluence. So single confluence trades, they are more likely to get stopped out because there's only one reason for the market to do anything here, which is value high. And as you can see, got in, pushed back a little bit, but it's going through. So I'm keeping the trade open. Don't mind the full stop out, but if it comes back to retest, I will exit there. But it's just going for it, man. Unfortunately, that's all that I was able to get for this session. Starting at 7:30, I missed the main trade that stopped out. Missed the main trade from the previous day value low, unfortunately. That was the perfect clean C rank trade. On the other side, just too strong, right? It's going up. It did retest and it's pushed up. So just bad offside timing for me today. Offside. RIP, man. Hey, you got to earn your stripes when you come back to streaming, man. I mean, you can't just come back and hit a winning trade off the bat. So market gave me a couple to welcome me back to streaming for the year. These are going to be every day, guys, Monday to Friday. I'm going to start them earlier tomorrow. Let's go 7 p.m. tomorrow. I think 7:30 was too late. A lot of the time, most of the trades I take are around 8 p.m., but today and sometimes you're catching them just a little bit earlier around that 7 p.m. mark. So we'll start the streams at 7 p.m. Eastern time from tomorrow. So mark that on your calendars, and we'll get in a bit earlier tomorrow because that was the perfect trade earlier today, just before 7. Value area low. I mean, massive push up. So unfortunate for Cami Capital today, but very small loss, just under 1,000 today, down on the Lucid account. It's a welcome back from the markets, right? It's a welcome back from the markets that I get for being away from streaming for so long. But I'll be here again tomorrow, same time. Well, a little bit earlier, 7 p.m. tomorrow. Make sure you mark the reminders on your calendar and be here again. If you want to get funded with Lucid, Take Profit Trader, or Apex, or you just want to pick up new accounts, I recommend Lucid. That's my number one choice at the moment. 40% discount code CAMCAP is pinned in the chat. Code CAMCAP for TPT and Apex also for the best current discount. Apex with good accounts now, 85% off. TPT, 40% off as always, CAMCAP. So go ahead and check that out, guys. And lastly, if you're not already subscribed to this, I do have a daily email here, and you can go along with that, where I post out the daily levels before the stream, as well as any updates, industry updates, or updates from me on streams and content and all that. So totally free. Check that out. Link in the chat. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. The market gave me a couple today, and that's all right. I'm coming back tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.